Welcome on in to the first official Skolcial network ever recorded during a regular season of NFL football. We did it, Brev. We survived the offseason.
We're so back. I don't think we've ever been this back before.
You know what else is back? All white cleats after last night's game. Apparently something you should just have.
Yeah. Well, I forgot who told the story of. I forgot who told the story of like the of Bill Belichick. I think it was Julian Edelman. Like he always instructed his players to wear white gloves.
And he
He
got
said
mad
that
because he always wore red gloves.
exactly. Yeah, and he always got like holding penalties or something.
My wife, speaking of that situation, is mad at me because I told her to draft Mark Andrews, and whoopsie on that end.
I have him in one of my leagues too. I don't think anybody could have expected
Oh,
that.
somebody could have in our big dynasty, our dynasty league. The guy I was playing I had Mahomes, he had Jackson and Isaiah Likely, and then in our regular Vikes Now league with a lot of our friends, um, I had Jackson going against Mahomes, who SK had.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think he scored 34 and then Likely scored 34, something in that range. So that that's I'm already out. There's no coming back from that.
Shout out to Xavier Worthy. I got him in a lot of my leagues.
I don't know. The Chiefs can't keep getting away with this.
True.
Anyways, NFL football last night. Something tonight. I don't know. I have to get another burner Peacock account, even if they do free trials. I don't know. Um, that'll be interesting. Are you watching it legally?
Yeah, I have Peacock. I've always had it. I clench my pearls and I pay.
Are you wearing lipstick? Your lips are incredibly bright
Yeah,
red right now.
I'm not, and I noticed that, and I haven't been making out with anybody, so I don't
Do
know
you eat
what's going on there. Well,
hot Cheetos?
I haven't been making out with any females at least, so I don't know. But for
Did you have
people that
hot Cheetos?
I haven't had hot Cheetos in like 2 years. I need to change that. But
Get
yeah,
some
they look great.
chapstick.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks.
What is I can't. It's
Do you like
so
it?
distracting. It's beautiful. Like if you removed the beard, it would never mind. So the Vikings play football Sunday in New York against. I don't think that's going to help. If it's not food or some
Yeah,
form of stain, you're just agitating it more.
I just made it worse.
Yeah, you look like Taylor Swift now. So good job. Um, anyways, she always wore red lips. I don't know. Anyways, Vikings play football Sunday. First off, I can't believe I didn't acknowledge this. We have a new setup, a new background slash design template for our recordings. So that's cool. Brev and I went back and forth with ideas to make that happen. So now that it's actually the regular season, we can actually have a decent looking format to our recordings.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it matches how great your hair looks as well. It is getting, I don't know if it's better or worse because of the bright red lips, but I guess we'll let people vote in the comments down below.
We'll do a poll.
Yeah. Speaking of polls, we'll get to this in a little bit, but did ask some peeps on Twitter. Got about like 10, 11 responses. Guess people are busy on a Friday. What their thoughts are going into Sunday as far as predictions. But how are you feeling not only about Sunday in general, but like now that the regular season's here for the Vikings, like how do you feel about 2024?
It's kind of crazy because you go from like you just want to believe 'cause now that we're here. Because I mean, I still know in my heart of hearts we're winning 7 or 8 games, but like now you just want to believe. You don't care about all the storylines. You don't care about. I mean, you do care about Sam Darnold potentially having like a big time year and playing himself into a new contract, but like I just I I'm not done being pessimistic, as some people would say. I guess I just like to tell the truth. I want this team to win. I want this team to win a lot of games. I want to cheer for this team on Sunday, and I want to be insanely depressed for an entire week when this team doesn't win.
Well, let's eliminate that last part because you could also be happy for a week.
I don't know. There's gonna be, I mean, yeah, but there's gonna be 10 weeks around that where I'm gonna be really, really upset. Can you hear the
That's
dog barking, by the way?
yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely can.
I can't help
Like
that. Sorry.
it's not super. Yeah, just go tackle it.
Oh,
That'll show it who's pot. You got
I
to be the
really wanted,
alpha.
I really wanted us to trade for Mike Vick after Teddy went down.
I think a lot of us were ready to throw our morals to the wind. Wasn't he on the Eagles at that point too?
Nah, I think he was a free agent and he went on to sign with Pittsburgh that
Pittsburgh.
year.
Okay, I didn't
And
know if he was in Pittsburgh yet. I can't do time ceases to exist.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I agree with that. I I think we win Sunday. If anyone saw my Sam Darnold MetLife Madness parlay, I'm a little optimistic. Mainly because I meant to click the under and I accidentally picked the over and then saw the potential payout and decided just to YOLO send on my $25 FanDuel credit. I think I have the over 41 and a half, Darnold 275, JJ or not JJ, Jets. Sorry, broke the rule. Jets and Aaron Jones each with a TD. Aaron Jones with 70 plus rushing yards. As I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. And then Jefferson with 110. Uh, so could happen. If it does, then I think the over will hit because we'll probably score 25 to 30 points. So could happen. But yeah, overall, this might turn into one of my rants. Permission to rant.
yeah,
This is gonna sound like in a vacuum. This sounds bad, but this is the least excited I've been for a individual Viking season in a while, in a long time. Not because I'm not saying I'm not excited, not saying like I'm not going to be losing my mind in every game. That's all true. But like you go back, and I think we've talked about this before, Brev, but like you go back to 2015, this team had kind of hit or miss expectations. No one really knew what to expect. Teddy ended up, along with the defense, leading us to the playoffs. Blair Walsh, whatever. You go into 2016 opening US Bank and all of a sudden like the pressure's on. Teddy has a great camp. He jukes a man out of his freaking cleats in the one preseason game at US Bank he played in. And to the point where when he got hurt, the expectations were so high. You spend a first on Sam Bradford instead of going for somebody like Michael Vick. And then 5 and 0. And even in 2017, like expectations were high. Bradford gets hurt, Keenum comes in, team makes the NFC Championship game, and then every year with Kirk, it's not like we thought like, oh, this is the year we win the Super Bowl, but you had expectations. Will this finally be the year? This is in all logical measurements that you can assess. This is a year where the team is saying, hey, we're still going to be competitive or do our best to be, but we're willing to take a step back if we need to in order to set the team up for success. So with that knowledge, it's the first time in 8 years that we're not going in with like make or break expectations to an extent.
and it's kind of nice, isn't it?
It's nice, but I'm so not used to it. I feel dead inside and wrong and
It's kind of,
guilty.
I don't know. It's kind of nice to have a break because as long as you're tied to Kirk Cousins, you're tied to you should be making the playoffs. And now we don't have that expectation, and everybody, including most of the fan base, expects us to go, like we've said, between 7 to 9 wins. So it's kind of nice to have a break while we can also just be getting excited about the young players other than your quarterback of the future, which would be cool.
Yeah. I miss JJ. Seeing him in his like leg brace sleeve thing
Yeah,
um made
we'll
me
be all right.
sad.
We'll be all
It
right.
was but as far as predictions, we'll talk through some of the things that were sent our way, and then you and I will maybe throw out any prediction. I mean, I kind of just outlined mine with my parlay.
Yeah.
But Ryan, simple Ryan, Justin Jefferson, spelt SIN, over one reception. I think
Maybe.
I think that's bold.
It could definitely not happen.
Um, Yannick over here. Is it Yannick or Yannick? He's gonna kill me for this, but I know it's not a solid J.
Pretty sure it's Yannick. We all call him Yannick.
Yannick. Okay, and he hasn't corrected you.
Yeah.
It's been Janique this whole time, and he's just too polite.
That would be kind of funny. I actually kind of
That'd be
hope it's
very
that.
fun. Yannick said, getting really bold here. I misread this earlier, so I thought he was being sarcastic. But no Sam Darnold bozo turnover.
Could also definitely happen.
That helps my case because my entire parlay is predicated on establishing the run early and then us probably being able to run play action very effectively later on. Which would, if he's running play action and the running game's a threat, would help eliminate the need to make a lot of stupid throws.
Yeah, and you'd hope so because I actually tweeted out and it got 0 likes, and I just gave out like unreal information for free on just how bad the Giants' run defense was last year, like in all metrics and advanced metrics too. Like they were a bottom five run
Even
defense,
with
even
Dexter,
with Dexter Lawrence. Yep, which is crazy.
I
They
guess
like they were awful.
I guess he's the type of guy where he just swallows up the middle of that line so much where if you can get past him, you're
Just
good.
run away, just run away from. But now they do have Brian Burns, but so it won't be as bad. But and we took Jihad Ward. Ha 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 ha.
Oh boy, we sure showed them.
Checkmate.
Get owned.
Daniel Jones, you
Uh,
pussy.
no,
Sorry.
got to click the button. You
Sorry.
just click the button. Norse Chronicles, Darnold, 303. So 300 yards, 3 TDs.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he just said like the number 300.
303. No, he's just a
Yeah.
big fan of the hit Warp Tour classic, Don't
Yeah.
Trust Me by 303.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. 300. That would be huge. Like if Darnold does that, we are expecting playoffs at that point, even against the Giants' man defense.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Darnold, he's got he's got all the arm capability in the world. It's always been his brain. And like I was watching some breakdowns of even in the limited action in San Francisco last year, like no look throwing across his body, perfect pass. Like he can do I'm not sitting here being like, "Oh my god, Sam Darnold's Patrick Mahomes." No, but like he is capable of doing things where you would not if you just put a silhouette over him, like they do that on TikTok like guess the quarterback, like you would not know it was him in any
Yep.
way, shape, or form.
Yep.
So we'll see. I think we see a touchdown from Addison, Jefferson, and Jones, which this comes from Cannon. Vikings 27, 17 Giants. So those are the 3 TDs, and then I believe 2 field goals, or
Mhm.
maybe there's a misconversion in there, which I was gonna say not out of the ordinary, but then again we have the new top kicker in the league, Will the Thrill Reichard, coming in clutch for us. So
Too many thrills in Minnesota going on right now. Will, Kirill, and that's it. There's just two.
I don't know if the Midwest is ready for this much thrill.
Yeah. Especially if you
And
look at food.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride at Mall of America, the shell shock spinner. I don't know if you've seen the TikToks on this. Have you? Oh, I just smacked my microphone. I gotta.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
With the lack of seasoning that the Midwest puts on their food, they could use some thrill. I'm probably gonna get hate for that.
I mean, I think
Don't pander.
that's kind of a common. That's kind of a
Yeah. Okay.
common
All right.
bit.
All right. Good.
No, I mean, even the VP candidate made a joke about it. No, but go back. Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ride in Mall of America?
I think so. Yeah. I
You
love
gotta
rides.
you can it's like a flailing arm thing, and then you can spin your cart or your like seat in
Oh
circles
yeah.
like this, and like people go on TikTok and try to set records. So there are thrills. It's just not found in the cuisine.
So true. Valley Fair. Hit me up if you need tickets.
Next, Sam Darnold will have a 30-yard or more scramble. So not total rushing yards, but a single scramble of 30 plus yards.
That would be so electric.
Not impossible as long as he doesn't trip
Well,
and fall like
didn't he have like
Jones.
a 40, 50 yard touchdown scramble on a Monday
Yeah,
night game? I
yeah,
think.
with the Jets or the
Yep.
Panthers.
Jets.
Trying to remember. Cy here. Oh wait, that was Alex, golf legend himself. I forgot to
Golf
shout him out. I gotta give him credit where it's due.
legend.
Cy totally misunderstood the prompt here
Mm.
about the literal prompt was give me predictions for the game this Sunday from the
Uh-huh.
Vikings account to be featured on the Skolcial Network. So Cy, I appreciate you here. Instead of prediction for tonight, Jordan Love shits his pants live on national television. One problem, the game was not technically on television. It is on a streaming app. So there's some layers to how
The
this,
wrong.
isn't adding up.
Yeah.
But we all are in agreement that that would be incredible.
It would be. That would be really cool as a Vikings fan. I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately.
I mean, hey, who knows? The food in Brazil, like, it's not all fogo de chao, right? Like, they're not all eating, having like steaks brought out on swords. Like, he could have eaten something. Like, it is 100% possible. Just saying.
True. Was that racist?
No, Brazil is, it's a
Okay.
country. Like,
I
it's
just
not.
don't line.
The
I'm
dude,
just.
we just talked about Midwest food. The guy has
I'm
been
looking
living
out
in
for you.
Wisconsin for 4 years. He
I
goes to Brazil. Something might have a rumble in the jungle, so to speak,
Good
in the middle of
terminology
the game.
there. Good terminology.
Edmund naturally posts a very stern looking photo of Sam Darnold in a just a gray Viking shirt warming up for a game in Philadelphia, I believe, because the seats are green.
Yeah.
This man drops 5 tuds on these bum ass Giants.
Again, playoffs is the expectation if he does that.
Oh, 100%. The only bolder like labeling of the Giants I've seen today has come from Ivan Pace, which I will say the amount of ML football tagged me in the video of that.
It's so pink. Pause. Sorry.
ML football tagged me in the video of that, and now every Giants account retweeting it. It comes up in my notifications, and I love the confidence. I
Yeah,
do,
I
but if
really.
this doesn't work out, um, just don't let that happen.
Yeah.
Just yeah, it's not
He
an option.
can't. Like, he has to play perfect tomorrow, especially if they lose.
That would be a problem because they don't play tomorrow.
They have to play perfect on Sunday, especially, or
Yeah,
he has to play perfect on Sunday, especially for.
we'll work it out. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll learn how to talk.
Thank you.
Naz Reed fan, Jake Lehman stan,
Naz, we'll learn how to talk.
leave me alone. Shaq Griffin gets his first Vikings pick of the season. Pretty simple. I think that's doable. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Um, T Mac won, Ty Chandler kickoff touchdown. Now, that actually brings up an interesting point because Quasey said it would be Gaskin returning kicks.
Mhm.
But then Ty Chandler made it sound like there's something else cooking. So do we
But
know what's going on there?
there's two returners now.
I know, but like there's always a returner that takes priority. Like who is KR1? Like if the ball like you're the center fielder, you get dibs. Like who do we think that is?
I would think Chandler. I don't know, man. I would think Gaskin because I don't know if you want to make your running back two the
Yeah,
priority.
exactly.
I still think it's an equal thing because like one's going to be on the left, one's going to be on the right. So whichever way the ball goes closest to, it has to be that person.
If it goes right down perfectly in the middle, somebody's got to get priority. Can't
Well, they
sit
don't.
there, stand over the ball, and debate about it.
Other teams don't have Will Reichard, so it's not going right down the middle.
Oh, put that on a T-shirt. I don't know if
Idiot.
any. I don't know if any like Teespring or anything like that would let you type out the word Reich in any way, shape, or form. I do not think it will happen.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
totally not at all sure. But unless we go with Will the Thrill, then any pun we come up with for his name will, unfortunately, have the word Reich in it. So
Willie
we're
Walker.
reclaiming. We're gonna fix history terminology and make that a term of positivity in the Vikings winning games now.
Shout out to the Germans.
My wife is German, and they are scary. Do not upset them. I love my wife. I do not want to get on her bad side. She's going
Yeah,
to listen to this, and she will agree,
yeah, I'm towing a line with the jokes right now, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
as you typically do.
Yeah.
Jonathan, aka at Skull4444. So four fours.
Four four.
CJ Ham's going to have 3 receptions. Jones is going to catch a 50 plus yard screen for a touchdown.
That's good. That would be. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of Aaron Jones in the receiving game tomorrow. Hot take, but like
There's
receiving.
nothing happening tomorrow, Brev. I know you're excited, but it's not tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Santa's
There's
not
going to
coming
be
tonight.
a lot of Aaron Jones. You know who is coming tonight? There's going to be a lot of Aaron Jones in the receiving game on Sunday. Hot take. I like Aaron Jones receiving yardage overs. That good? That good for you?
I think it depends. I don't know. There is the quote, and a lot of it got shared out of context though, with Jefferson talking about like, hey, like I need these quarterbacks to be even more confident than Kirk because Kirk like was comfortable in the system, so I need them to throw me the ball and just trust that I'll go get it.
She
And
should.
there were times I wish basically Kirk trusted me more in those moments a little bit. Not like bashing Kirk, but just being like, hey, like there's a difference between going in and just having to roll with your gut and being very familiar with the system. I would say Aaron Jones, yes, is going to be a really good, especially with who's starting at tight end, Oliver.
Probably Munt.
I don't know. I think if Aaron Jones is going to be a focal point, I think Oliver's a better, yes, a better blocker.
Very true. But I guess
So
for to have your primary tight end running routes, I would think would be Munt. Might be
that's
Oliver. I don't
fair.
know. That'd be cool if he could make $7 million to do more than block. Different discussion. Different discussion.
Do you want to give him TJ's contract? I know you're a big fan of that deal.
No, I really don't. It's
What was I going to say?
2024, and you have a $90 million tight end room. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Anyways, where I was going with that is Aaron Jones is going to basically be your safety blanket, I think. So I really do think it's going to be a balance of one, first calls yeet it to Jefferson until it just isn't working. I think that's really going to be the main overall view of the passing game. I still think that they lean on the run heavily to start the game, try to build rhythm and play action. But once they're throwing it, I think it's yeet it to Jets and see what happens. If Addison isn't slowed down by his injury, I think he'll be obviously wide receiver two. He'll be the second look. But then as that safety blanket, I think Aaron Jones is going to be a guy who, if the Giants defense ever does adjust, will be a guy who, to your point, reaps a lot of that benefit.
Yes.
Because we don't have Kirk throwing down to Hawkinson every single time he feels pressure, which in a lot of cases did work, and in some other very notorious ones, it did not work at all.
Very true. So true.
Great analysis there.
Yes.
Defense specifically, what are your bold takes? Anything that you think's going to happen, whether it's just like, of course this is going to happen, or maybe something crazy no one else is thinking of.
Lewis Cine plays a defensive snap. Oh, I would probably
That
say,
would be crazy.
yeah. I don't know. I kind of just think that I don't know. There's so many great choices. I'm gonna say Harrison Smith gets 1.5 sacks
Harrison
because
Smith gets over 1 sack.
yeah, you asked for bold and crazy. I think the
That's bold.
Hellfire is gonna be turned up a notch this year. Why not unleash it against Daniel Jones?
My prediction is Grenard and Turner will combine for 3.5 sacks. That's what I was thinking. I think between the two of them, I think probably we'll say three. 3.5's a little shaky.
No,
I
go
think
3.5.
three.
Bold, bold,
All
bold
right,
prediction.
three and
Three
a
and a half.
half, 3.5, 3.5. We'll
Pussy.
do it. We'll roll that way. I
Yeah.
just changed it.
You got it. I
I
just
bucked up and
changed.
did it,
I
bro.
just changed it. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't get the Dallas Turner thing. It drives me insane because before the draft, so many NFL columnists and reporters were like, this is far and away the best defensive player in this draft. And now those same ones, all they're saying is, oh, yeah, the Vikings defensive end room got significantly worse. And I don't think they did. I don't think you have, at this point, a single standout talent like you did with Daniil Hunter. But I think every single person who we signed or drafted this offseason is better than everyone else we had in that room.
The defense, I won't be exaggeratory and say it's in a light years better spot than it was on the Friday before kickoff last season, but like the defense is in a much better state than it was last year this time. Like just
I
your cornerback room still isn't hot, but like Byron Murphy, Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Griffin is better than what last year? Like Byron Murphy, Caleb
Caleb
Evans,
Evans.
Makai Blackman before we knew who Makai Blackman was.
Well,
Um,
again, as a rookie though, like
yeah.
there's a difference. Like I fully believe Makai when he's healthy could be something special on this team.
Oh no,
But
I agree.
like to your point, I just want to defend you from anyone being like, "Whoa, don't bash Makai Blackman," because like yes, as a first game rookie, what was he as a third round pick, second round, third? It's a third round pick.
Third.
Yeah, like nobody was going into him getting heavy play at the beginning of last year thinking
Yeah.
he was going to be some immediate stud. But
And
the
he was at that time too, like he was a reach of a third round pick. Like a lot of people didn't have him
eh,
until fourth, fifth. But like I'm not saying
I
it was a reach of
disagree.
I'm not saying it was a reach of well, of course you disagree. You like USC. But like consensus of like the mock drafts and experts whatnot, he was going on the fourth and fifth a lot. So it was a little teensy bit of a reach, but like in the middle of the draft, it's not a big deal.
It's
And
not
it's
the after the second round, it's kind of a crapshoot.
yeah. Like Levi Drake Rodriguez was like not even on or like the 500th ranked prospect on the ESPN big board. We took him 260 something or 250, 240 something. So
And that looks promising.
it does. Like Quasey Cook.
I here's what I want. Here's my draft strategy going forward for the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Rounds 1 through 4 are exclusively I got a
Mm-hmm.
gnat and it's I'm going to murder
Oh,
it. I'm
I
going to
thought
burn
that's
the
what
house down.
that's what the
No, that
method
was the
was.
draft strategy. Just
Yeah,
throw all the picks away.
that's
No,
what
one through
it's kind of
four
what
is
he's done. Yeah,
exclusively offensive players, exclusively picked by Kevin O'Connell. Quasey and Brian Flores do the rest.
yeah.
Trade trade back every other pick and just accumulate 10 sevenths should work out. I like those odds. I don't know how this is what's happening, but seems to work somehow.
And while
Uh,
they're doing that, you have to let Quasey be in the corner of the room with like a whiteboard thinking about trades. Just like, oh, I'm gonna trade. Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
then
trade.
Kevin just pats him on the back and is like,
Yeah,
we'll get there, buddy. Not yet.
yeah.
Offense. What are your bold predictions? I don't know as far as individual stats, performances, players that are going to pop off.
Jalen Naylor, 30 plus yard receiving touchdown. Kind of akin to the Jordan Addison touchdown the season opener last year.
I think that Doug heavily disagrees with you.
I'll kill it.
Anyways, so you got Jalen Naylor, who is, for anyone who hasn't frequently refreshed the Vikings social media pages to see the updated injury report, there is no one on it, which is insane. So
Well,
Jalen Naylor and Jalen Naylor and Jordan Addison both cleared to go for Sunday. I think Sam Darnold's going to have 320 yards passing.
exactly.
At minimum 320.
320 plus.
Now, I'm not saying it'll result in anything good or like
Uh-huh.
5, 6 touchdowns. I just think he's going to go. I think that Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are going to convince him just to YOLO ball, and hopefully it works out. He could very well end, like realistically, with like 186 passing yards. Like that is not
Very
even
much so.
close to off the table. So
Yeah,
before anyone comes back Sunday afternoon and is like, wow, what a dumb take, like we fully understand. It who knows? As long as it's better than what Josh Freeman did in that stadium, it may not be a positive thing, but it's an improvement over what we've seen. We've had some bad games in New York.
yeah. Oh yeah.
When's the last time we played there?
2021. Because we played
Did
the
we?
we beat the Giants, or was it 29? No, it might have been 2019. We beat it was 2019. I think we beat the Giants. It was a Kirk year. I know.
Yeah.
It was a
We I
very forgettable game. I don't remember a play. I just know we were there.
yeah. I specifically remember some not so great memories there. But
Yeah.
all right, final score prediction. Hit me.
23-20 Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, I would hit the over.
You would? You're welcome.
I'm going to go 27-18 Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, just not quite a double digit win. Yeah.
Perfectly on brand
Yeah.
when you
That's
think
very
about
good.
it.
So
All
true.
right. Well, we will see you guys after the game. Brev and I are working it out. I'm actually flying to Minnesota 6 a.m. local time for me on Monday. I'll be out there meeting up with some friends, doing some stuff, um, trying to look at Spirit Airline flights to get Brev out there last second, and just sneak him in through the roof of US Bank Stadium unnoticed. But we will see you guys. We should hopefully have a post game episode and then an episode next Friday as well. What are you doing?
I don't know. Sorry.
On that note, let's go get this win. Skull Vikes. You've been watching the Skolcial Network. We'll see you guys soon.